There's a saying, when the devil ignores you, then you know you're doing something wrong. Wait a minute, I'm not done now. You know, the devil goes, oh no, leave him alone. Hey, he's my favorite. Don't you bother him.
Yeah.
Conversely, when the devil comes at you, maybe it's because you're trying to do something right.
One thing for sure, when you hire me, you're getting a black actor. And if you wrote it and you didn't see a black actor when you wrote it, or even if you saw one, sometimes what you put in my mouth is not how I talk. Depending upon what I've read, you created a character who's a lot more educated than you allow him to speak. I can conjugate, and a lot of people can. So I don't need you to write black vernacular for me. I can say what you want said, but you need to say it this way. If I'm from somewhere else, I can say it that way. But from what you have here and who this character is, he's a lot smarter and more educated than you made him speak. We don't all speak like somebody on a rap video. I can fix that for you if you'll let me. If your ego is not too precious, then all I'm doing is making your movie better.
I don't watch Tyler Perry movies. And,
Now,
you know,
now can you tell me why? I want to know why
me
you don't watch Tyler Perry. I want to hear your opinion on Tyler Perry.
So this is Mega of Mike's Unleashed, and I'm just saying this is why I don't watch Tyler Perry movies. I think Tyler Perry movies are all very stereotypical when it comes to black people. He enhances the sort of the negative aspect of blacks. I do see him with some shows. I hear about it. I wasn't a fan of, you know, the Medea character. I didn't see what all the hoopla and everything, all that the character was about, which was too funny. It didn't click to me. But when I've seen some of her, not just her, but when I see Tyler Perry shows, they're just very stereotypical, and I'm just like, I'm out of that.
Jen, let me ask you about Divorce in the Black. Tyler Perry's latest movie has
Worst
been.
movie ever.
Yeah, goddamn.
Humiliation ritual.
Yeah.
Tyler Perry has been making black people look like buffoons and idiots for years, and pawning it off as culture. Oh, this is our culture, this is how we is. No, that's not how we is, because I don't know no fat, skinny, medium-sized woman that would strip down ass naked in a church at a funeral and say that, no, that doesn't happen. That's not real.
Y'all, I am 7 minutes and 9 seconds into this new Tyler Perry movie. It's called Tyler Perry's Divorce in the Black, and it launched on Amazon Prime. I'm 7 minutes and 9 seconds into this movie. At what point do we say enough is enough, Tyler Perry? At what point do we say we will not watch these films anymore until you hire some writers? 7 minutes and 9 seconds. Like, I'm not lying. I'm 7 minutes and 9 seconds into this movie, and this is already one of the most ridiculous things that I think I've ever seen.
What happens when Hollywood's most respected and powerful legends all draw a line in the sand and refuse to work with one of the most successful black filmmakers of all time? Behind Tyler Perry's billion-dollar empire lies a dark and disturbing truth that A-list actors have refused to ignore. From the legendary Spike Lee's devastating artistic critique to the shocking workplace mistreatment allegations, and from the stomach-turning misconduct lawsuits to the systematic silencing of victims, the evidence against Tyler Perry is mounting.
Each artist should be allowed to pursue their artistic endeavor, but I still think a lot of stuff that's on today is coonery buffoonery, and I know it's making a lot of money, breaking records, but we could do better.
This isn't just another celebrity drama. This is the culmination of a decades-long artistic war that has been quietly brewing in the shadows of black cinema. And at the center of it all stands one man whose work has both uplifted and deeply divided an entire community: Tyler Perry. Why are Hollywood's biggest names now risking their careers to expose his alleged crimes? The truth is far more shocking than you can imagine. When the iconic filmmaker Spike Lee speaks, the entire industry listens. The Academy Award-winning visionary behind classics like Do the Right Thing and Malcolm X does not mince words, especially when it comes to the portrayal of Black people on screen. His assessment of Tyler Perry's work isn't just a simple criticism, it is a surgical dissection of what he sees as a pattern of artistic malpractice.
So a lot of this is on us. A lot of this is on us. You know, you vote with your pocketbook, your wallet, you vote with your time, sitting in front of the idiot box. And the man has a huge audience, and Tyler's very smart. You know what he's done. He started out, you know, with these plays, and church buses would pull up, packed, and he's parlayed it into a, you know, bought his own jet. You know, you can buy a jet, you got money. But at the same time,
Lee's use of the words coonery and buffoonery to describe Perry's films cuts deeper than mere disapproval. These are the words of a filmmaker who has spent his entire career fighting to elevate Black stories, watching in frustration as another powerful Black filmmaker systematically diminishes them for profit. It's the pain of an artist who fought to show the world the beautiful complexity of the Black experience, only to see it reduced to a cheap caricature for mass consumption.
Is there a disappointment from you as a director and an African American that Miracle at St. Anna won't get the same audience as some of the other movies that you will make? And therefore the idea of what we support?
well, here's the thing. I mean, DVD is a director's best friend. So a lot of people have come up to me and said they like the film a lot, but for whatever reason, they didn't get to see it in the theater, but they definitely got the bootleg or watched on television, pay-per-view. And even if nobody showed up, I wanted to make that film because Hollywood historically has omitted the contribution of 1.1 African-American men and women who fought and died for this country in World War II. And I just got tired of seeing these films again and again and again, which does not give any love to us. The first person to die for this country was a black man, Crispus Attucks. We're not talking, I mean, we're more patriotic.
Here's where Lee's critique becomes particularly damning. He acknowledges that Tyler Perry had real choices and incredible opportunities to subvert the old harmful stereotypes. Instead, Perry chose the path of least resistance, the one that would generate the most profit while causing the most cultural harm. This isn't just about artistic differences, it's about a fundamental question of responsibility. Lee's disappointment is personal because he is watching someone with unprecedented power choose to perpetuate the very images that generations of black artists have fought to overcome.
Y'all, I am 7 minutes and 9 seconds into this new Tyler Perry movie. It's called Tyler Perry's Divorce in the Black, and it launched on Amazon Prime. I'm 7 minutes and 9 seconds into this movie. At what point do we say, enough is enough, Tyler Perry? At what point do we say we will not watch these films anymore until you hire some writers? 7 minutes and 9 seconds. Like, I'm not lying. I'm 7 minutes and 9 seconds into this movie, and this is already one of the most ridiculous.
Lee also exposes something even more troubling: the systematic way Hollywood celebrates minor, often fictional sacrifices while burying the monumental contributions of Black Americans in real life. It is a pattern of deliberate erasure that Perry, with all of his success and influence, could have challenged. Instead, he became complicit in it. Lee's heartbreak is evident when he talks about watching someone with immense resources choose not to lift up Black America, but to instead feed it the same old poison.
I'm a huge basketball fan, and when I watch the games on TNT, I see these two ads for these 2 shows, I'm scratching my head. You know, we got a black president. You know, are we going back to Mantan Moreland and sleep and eat?
But the artistic disagreements, however passionate, pale in comparison to what has allegedly happened when the cameras stopped rolling. The stories that have been emerging from Tyler Perry's sets for years paint a dark picture of an environment where creative collaboration has been replaced by something far more troubling: absolute and tyrannical control. I have no writer's room. Nobody writes any of my work. I write it all. Listen carefully to Perry's tone as he proudly makes the statement. This is not the voice of a collaborative artist. It is the declaration of someone who had every opportunity to create something revolutionary, but chose to do it all himself. He possessed unlimited creative freedom, massive resources, and complete control over his narrative. He held the pen that could have written innovative, uplifting, and groundbreaking stories for Black America.
So I don't know if you know this, but all shows on television have a writer's room. And most of the time there are 10 people, 12, whatever, that write on these television shows, right? Well, I have no writer's room. Nobody writes any of my work. I write it all. Why am I telling you this? I wrote all of these scripts by myself in 2019. What's my point? Work ethic.
Instead, he chose to pander to the very stereotypes that have damaged the Black community for generations. What makes his artistic crimes even more unforgivable is that he can't claim peer pressure or studio interference. Every harmful stereotype, every degrading portrayal, and every single moment it has made Black America look bad was a deliberate choice made by one man, and one man alone. The disturbing reality of working under Perry's system becomes crystal clear through the testimony of actor Brandon J. He describes an environment of chaos and fear. Characters would be changed without warning, and entire scripts would be altered on the spot, with actors expected to instantly adapt or face being fired. This isn't creative spontaneity, it's a systematic erosion of professional standards designed to keep everyone off balance and afraid.
Jen, let me ask you about Divorce in the Black. Tyler Perry's latest movie has
Worst movie ever.
Yeah, God.
Humiliation ritual.
Yeah.
Tyler Perry has been making Black people look like buffoons and idiots for years, and pawning it off as culture. Oh, this is our culture. This is how we is. No, that's not how we is. Because I don't know no fat, skinny, medium-sized woman that would strip down ass naked in a church at a funeral and say that, no, that doesn't happen. That's not real.
Jay describes a day on the set of Meet the Browns as the most stressful and hardest thing he's ever done. He explains that while a normal TV show takes a full week to film one episode, at Tyler Perry Studios, they film an entire episode in a single day. He came to set fully prepared, knowing all of his lines, only to have Tyler Perry walk in, declare that he hated the entire episode, and start rewriting the script from scratch on the spot, feeding the actors new lines right before they had to film. Then came the real shock. In the middle of this chaos, Perry decided to completely change Jay's character, suddenly making him gay with a crush on his bully. This was not the role he had auditioned for, and it put him in an incredibly uncomfortable position. But under Perry's system, there was no room for discussion. The director stood by silently, and the message was clear: you better do it, because if not, they will fire you.
Here's the final part of my traumatic filming of Meet the Browns. So it's the final scene with me and Tamala Mann, and she's hugging me, and they end up calling rap. I finished the episode. I feel so accomplished, but I don't know how I really did. Like, I don't know if it was a good job. And Mr. Perry calls me over to the side, and he's like, "What's your name?" And I said, "My name is Brandon J." And he said, "You did a phenomenal job." And I just like felt so seen at that moment and validated, and like I took the challenge. It was the most stressful day of my life, but I didn't let it stop me. I could have went home when they changed the character. Like I could have just quit. But because I did that episode, from there I felt like I could do anything in the world. And I told Mr. Perry, I was like, I don't think you remember this, but I met you when I was like 12 years old, a young, inspiring playwright. And I met him at the Shark Bar. I just told him how big of a fan I was. And he was like, keep following your dreams and one day you're gonna make it. And then years later, I'm working with him and it was crazy. I say that it was traumatic because it literally was my first TV episode ever. I never done anything that pushed me that far. But in one day of working at Tyler Perry Studios, it was like 10 years of training. Stuff that you would never learn in acting school, I learned in one day on this set. I wouldn't take it away for nothing. So even though the experience was tough, I am so glad that I had that moment. It was a career-defining moment for me, and I went on to do Disney and work for BET and be on network television. But that was the place that I was able to launch my career, if you will, in TV and film. If you didn't learn anything from this, Tyler Perry is actually the GOAT at what he does. He pushes his actors, he gives people opportunity, and I am the actor that I am today because I was able to work with Tyler Perry.
This is why legends like Denzel Washington and Samuel L. Jackson have maintained their distance from Perry for years. They have witnessed enough of Hollywood's power dynamics to recognize the difference between a director who demands excellence and a tyrant who demands absolute submission. Their refusal to participate in his projects isn't just a professional choice, it's a moral statement about the kind of industry they want to be a part of. Denzel Washington has often spoken about his spiritual framework, famously saying, "When the devil ignores you, then you know you're doing something wrong." For someone of his stature, choosing a project isn't just about money, it's about spiritual integrity. So, when the proof resurfaced that Denzel had received a role offer so disrespectful that he walked away without hesitation, industry insiders immediately began to suggest that the offer had come from Tyler Perry.
One thing for sure, when you hire me, you're getting a black actor. And if you wrote it and you didn't see a black actor when you wrote it, or even if you saw one, sometimes what you put in my mouth is not how I talk. Depending upon what I've read, you created a character who's a lot more educated than you allow him to speak. I can conjugate, and a lot of people can. So I don't need you to write black vernacular for me. I can say what you want said, but you need to say it this way. If I'm from somewhere else, I can say it that way. But from what you have here and who this character is, he's a lot smarter and more educated than you made him speak. We don't all speak like somebody on a rap video. I can fix that for you if you'll let me. If your ego is not too precious, then all I'm doing is making your movie better.
Similarly, Samuel L. Jackson has explained his approach to his characters. He understands that every performance carries weight, especially for black actors, whose work shapes public perception for an entire community. This is why legends like Jackson and Washington refuse to work with Perry. They have spent their entire careers building respect for black excellence, and they will not participate in projects that tear down everything they have worked so hard to build. But Perry's harmful portrayals extend beyond just stereotypes. There is a clear and disturbing pattern in how he portrays black women. They are consistently shown as loud, aggressive, and unworthy of respect, reinforcing harmful and dangerous stereotypes. As one commentator put it, Tyler Perry hates black women. It is becoming more evident that he only sees black women as hardworking, struggling rape victims that of course one day are going to be rescued. He has managed to make billions of dollars off the backs of black female pain, and many are sick of it.
There's a saying, when the devil ignores you, then you know you're doing something wrong. Wait a minute, I'm not done now. You know, the devil goes, "Oh no, leave him alone. Hey, he's my favorite." Don't bother him.
Yeah.
Conversely, when the devil comes at you, maybe it's because you're trying to do something right.
But the conspiracy theories pale in comparison to the real and horrific allegations that have been emerging from Perry's alleged victims. What is most disturbing isn't just the mistreatment itself, but the systematic and ruthless campaign to silence those who have dared to speak out. The pattern of victim silencing around Tyler Perry has been consistent for years. When the actor Christian Keys first spoke out about his experiences, he was met with industry silence and abandonment. Now that that new lawsuits have emerged, suddenly everyone is acting surprised. But the warning signs have always been there. Industry insiders have been speaking out about Perry's alleged cover-up operations for years. The actor Braxton Wells has accused Tyler Perry and his studios of systematically covering up sexual assault by his executives, revealing a pattern of institutional protection for predators. He even alleges that the attorneys involved were in cahoots with Tyler Perry to silence him with a settlement and a non-disclosure agreement. The rumors about Perry's own inappropriate behavior have also been circulating for years. Long before the lawsuits, there were whispers of him pressuring people into compromising Netflix and chill situations. These whispers were just the beginning of a much darker and more predatory pattern. And now, victims are finally finding the courage to speak out about what they endured. Christian Keyes broke his silence about years of alleged sexual assault, revealing that the mistreatment was not limited to women. He spoke about trying to forgive what a powerful person, who many believe is Tyler Perry, had done to him. But the most damning evidence comes from Keyes' revelation that he started recording everything once the abuse began. He has proof, and he hinted that this powerful black man had many other young black men on his payroll. Derek Dixon's lawsuit provides the most detailed and disturbing account of Perry's alleged predatory behavior. His testimony about how he got his part in the show The Oval and how his character was suddenly killed off when he refused to give Perry what he wanted reveals the true and terrible cost of resisting Perry's alleged advances. According to the lawsuit, Perry spotted Dixon at a party, offered him a role, and even bought him a new car. But then the texts and calls became constant and inappropriate. Dixon alleges that Perry invited him to his house, where an unwanted sexual advance occurred in the middle of the night. After Dixon refused, Perry's texts became more direct, saying, "See, if my friends do stuff for me, I do stuff for them." The message was clear. This was quid pro quo. When Dixon continued to refuse, his character on the show was suddenly written off. This is why legends like Denzel Washington and Samuel L. Jackson have refused to work with Perry. They recognize the signs of a predator who uses his power to exploit vulnerable people, and they refuse to legitimize his system with their participation. This isn't just about artistic differences. It's about standing up against a pattern of abuse that has been allowed to fester in the shadows for far too long.